Many knitters actually never learned that there's more than one continental knitting style. Continental knitting style is classified as any knitting style where you're tensioning your yarn with your left hand if you're knitting with your right hand. Let's start with the continental knitting style that you can see most often on social media, Western continental knitting style. In this style, you are wrapping your yarn around the needle clockwise, and the leading leg of the stitch will always be in front of the needle. On purl stitches, you are wrapping the yarn around the needle in the same direction. And it doesn't matter what sort of finger movements you're using to do that, it only matters what direction the yarn is wrapped around the needle. Next up, we have Eastern continental knitting style that's almost never represented on social media, but let's just remember that social media isn't that great for representation of the wider world. In this style, you're always wrapping the yarn counterclockwise around your needle, and the leading leg of the stitch is always behind the needle. And for Eastern purl, you wrap the yarn in the same way, and usually you need very little hand movements to do that. Now for my beloved combination continental knitting style, you use the same knitting technique as you would in Western continental knitting. But when purling, you are using the Eastern purl. In this style, purl movement is perfectly mirroring the knitting movement. Because knit and purl stitches are wrapped around the needle in different directions, they will also often flip the positions of how the stitches are standing on the needles. That means in this style, you will be making your stitches both through the front and back leg of the stitch. And yes, in combination continental knitting style, you are sometimes also purling through the back leg, and I know that some people claim it can be difficult, but I promise to you, it's not. Now in the social media, many of us who learned to knit as kids have had the experience of looking at other continental knitters and realizing that, oh, there's more than one style. What I was taught to be the continental knitting style actually isn't the only one option. Because lots of us learned to knit as kids and we were taught a knitting style that has been used generations upon generations.